I am fearful that within my generation, maybe the generation after mine, fishing will cease to exist. It is very sad to say this, and I'll explain why I think this, but I want you to really think about it for a moment. What is fishing? Well, fishing is slow. Fishing is calm. Fishing is relaxing. Fishing is getting out into nature. Fishing requires some level of technical skill. Baiting the hook, casting the rod, catching the fish. You know, if you like to catch and release, you have to unhook the fish. All of that requires a minimum level of technicality to it. Now, the reason I say fishing will not exist is because kids in the generation after mine and their kids will not be able to do fishing. They won't be able to do it. First of all, there will be no nature left. And no one will be even somewhat interested in nature. Second of all, attention spans. Attention spans. This is probably the most important thing. I have made an episode previously about iPad kids. Do you really ever see an iPad kid going to a shore, pulling out a rod, and not looking at their phone for 4 or 5 hours? Sitting in complete silence, alone with only their thoughts and the mosquitoes skipping on the water. No, you don't see that because that does not exist. iPad kids can't go 5 seconds without their iPad, and there are no iPads while fishing. This is what I'm saying. Fishing will be dead. 100 years from now, no one will be fishing. And I'm not talking commercial fishing. I'm talking recreational with a rod, with a fishing rod. It will not exist. Mark my words. 100 years from now, when I am 300 years old because I'm a vampire, there will be no more fishing. There will be no more fishing. At least not in like first world countries. I mean, kids these days, Jesus, I am fucking 300 years old. Kids these days don't even fish now. Do you really see those iPad kids' grandkids fishing? No one will be out in nature. No one will give a shit about fish. Everyone will be vegan or some shit. It's over. It's over. And with the way fishing licenses cost, fishing license will probably be about $5,000. I think 100 years from now, because they raise the price every year, I think they'll probably be about $5,000. Probably around there. But it's just sad. It's just sad. It's a rite of passage to learn how to fish. You know the old proverb, teach a man to fish? Someone taught me how to fish. My dad taught me how to fish. And some people don't have dads, and that's fine. Some people have 2 dads, and that's fantastic. But some dads don't teach their children how to fish. And in turn, those children never learn to fish. And then their kids never learn to fish. It's very, very upsetting. Fishing is an eloquent activity. It's an eloquent sport. Not only that, but it's not necessarily, it's an outdoor hobby that isn't necessarily damaging, if that makes sense. You know, if you catch and release everything, you know, you're not killing anything. You know, there's not really like a footprint you're leaving. You know, there's not like pick up your garbage when you leave. You know, it's not like the people who like to do like like backcountry camping, you know, and then they leave like their fire pits and like burned wood and, you know, charcoal and stuff everywhere. Like that's not much, but it's still something. It's still something left behind. But fishing really doesn't leave anything behind. Unless, of course, you eat the fish and then you leave the bones. You leave the bones to be consumed. But truly, we're getting off topic. Truly, truly think about it. Can you really imagine a world 100 years from now where people are fishing without super Adderall and mega Ritalin? Every single child born after the year 2040 will be immediately from the moment they're born put on those drugs. Immediately. I mean, when I talk to kids who are like 5 years younger than me, I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I think that they're having 15 conversations with themselves in their heads. They can't even hear outside noise. You really think they're going to sit still for hours on end to catch fish? It's never going to happen. Fishing is dead. RIP fishing. You know, 10,000 BC to, I don't know, maybe like 2060 or so. Very, very, very sad. Very sad. Fishing is really a dying sport. It really is. Unfortunately. You know, more and more land is being used up for, you know, houses or, you know, commercial properties and stuff. So that's there. But ultimately, it's not the location, it's the fisherman. And if the fisherman can't fish without 14 screens in their face, probably not going to work out. It's probably not going to work out. It's like, I don't know if you guys grew up with it, like a Wii or an Xbox like Kinect. That is going to be like when people say, oh, I went fishing this weekend, that's what they're going to be talking about. They're going to be talking about like they were at home playing like fishing in virtual reality. Like when people say, oh, what are your hobbies? Oh, I like to fish. And they're talking about virtual reality. Or like, oh, I fix up old cars. And they're talking about virtual reality. There will be no hobbies in the future. There will be no hobbies at all. Think of any hobby on the planet, it will be replaced by virtual reality 100 years from now. Like, oh, I like pottery. I like making things in virtual reality. Hobbies are dead. Life is gone. The world is over. I wonder sometimes if we should just give up now. I do not know if I want to live in a world where fishing doesn't exist, even if it's 50 years from now, even if it's not within my lifetime. Just knowing that one day there will be the last line cast in America. Thank you for listening, and I will see you tomorrow.